What is up, heroes? This is Midnight Zero.
And Lizzie.
And welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. In the last episode, more plot.
Yeah.
Like, a lot more of it.
Yeah.
We found out that Izuru might be alive.
Oh, yeah, Izuru, I think, is, like, here? Or maybe
he's
Hinata?
About to show up, potentially.
Or maybe is Hinata?
And
I don't know.
Hinata is supposed to know that he's alive or exists or something like that.
Yeah.
Whether he is Hinata or
I think it's Hinata.
something like that. We're not 100% sure. Actually, well, we should probably keep things going so we get some nice music and then we can chat a little bit more.
So
but
it's not super quiet
regardless,
the entire time.
Inoshima asks Hinata,
Isn't that right, Hinata?
huh? Well, what? I am... what? What?
Wait!
What?
That means he killed everybody!
That means he killed everyone, and he's super talented.
Yeah!
He's not the talentless.
He's not like the talentless. This is weird. Hold on.
So we're still not sure about this whole, like, Izuru Kamukura, who's the
because
student
there's
and who's
supposedly,
the
like,
headmaster.
founder, yeah.
Right?
Founder of Host Academy, and also there's the same person who, like, killed everybody.
Yeah. Are they the same person? Are they different people? If they're the same person, how does that work temporally?
Yeah, where's Hinata in all of this?
Mm-hmm. How did he become Hinata Hajime as opposed to Izuru, right?
Also, I was just guessing that because she was like, isn't that right, Hinata, last episode?
Yeah.
And then I was like,
yeah. And, like, the way she says it, like, makes it sound
made it
like
seem like
he is.
Yeah,
But, like,
but,
I
like
still
there was
feel
no
like
indication of that at the beginning.
there's no, like, real reason to make that jump.
And were there all those memories of his, like, life before fake?
That's what I was wondering, too, because he talked about his parents and, like, being really wealthy
and
and
then,
everything
like,
like that.
there was that scene where he's in the school classroom and they're like, why did he get chosen for Host Academy? He's so normal.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm trying to put it all together myself. I feel like it might be a talent of his or something he's able to do to, like, relive something else.
Or like, turn into someone else.
Yeah, I don't know.
Weird.
I don't know. I'm excited to find out. Huh?
Same. Alrighty, if you don't understand, I'll explain it to you till you do understand.
How indicative of the end of this trial, though, too.
I know.
We were talking about this in between episodes. We were, like, getting kind of tired towards the end of the last episode.
Yeah, I was like falling asleep.
Yeah.
Legit.
And we were, like, tired as
Yeah, we were really tired.
We're both almost always tired now. But outside of that, we were wondering, was like, what is going on with this trial that we're, like, not as, like, engaged and stuff?
As we normally are.
And it's precisely that. We haven't been as involved in it, per se. It feels like it's been a lot of explaining how all these connections are...
like connecting to Future
related.
Foundation and Enoshima and like what she's been doing behind the scenes.
It feels like a lot of Enoshima information being exposed or exposed
like
to
told
us.
to us basically. Whereas I think the most we get really into it when we're like figuring stuff out.
Yeah, when we're more able to speculate a little bit and such, and like you'd argue like, oh, like this bit of evidence from like throughout the game and everything.
Yeah.
But there isn't as much of an indication that like we're supposed to be figuring out
or,
these
like,
things,
paying
tying these
attention
things
to those
together.
details to
And I
then
do think
apply
Enoshima
later.
is bringing a lot of information to the table that we didn't know beforehand, right? That said, it's still interesting plot-wise. Like, there's no doubt about that. But it's a little bit more difficult to get engaged. That's what we were talking about. So...
You're Kamukura Izuru, you're Kamukura Izuru, you're Kamukura Izuru, you're Kamukura Izuru.
Nice. Hold on. Seriously, what are you talking about? Liar, there's no way. There's no way Hinata is Kamukura Izuru.
Was a new ship just born?
Wait, what?
Hinata Naigi. He's like, there's no way he could be him.
Oh. Kamukura is that ultimate hope, right? But Hinata is...
That's right, Hinata is one of those reserve course dropouts that has no talent whatsoever.
Do you think his, like, talents were taken away or something?
Maybe? I think she's saying that they put all this hope and stuff into, like, someone who is really just a regular person, maybe? And then, like... Or, like, a regular person, not an ultimate, is capable of doing something so horrible, like killing all those students.
Maybe? Maybe. I feel like it's more so the fact that there is someone out there talented who could potentially, like, put an end to this or, like, help them out. is in here stuck in this sort of like, now do we save like Izuru, like
didn't Izuru like crack?
yeah, supposedly.
Yeah.
Supposedly. But even if someone cracks, if they're that strong, if they're that powerful, if they're probably the only chance you have at success, regardless of whether or not you even 100% agree with them or have 100% faith in them, they might be your only hope.
Maybe.
That's like maybe to an extent of what they're talking about here. I feel like she's referring to the fact that Kamukura Izuru is trapped in this sort of game.
But then why did she say like he is just a regular human being and that's what makes it all the more hopeless?
It could be referring to, like I said, the past where he was some sort of ultimate.
And now he's just a regular person?
Yeah, and then he could have lost his ultimate talent or something like that.
Oh. Okay. I feel like they're trying to make it larger.
They're trying to make the Izuru, like, or Kamukura Izuru, and then like all the stories
kind of like a theme of like that any person can be so good but also so bad, and it could switch so quickly.
Right, but then I wonder if it's that like anyone can be as talented as Kamukura Izuru was, or that Kamukura Izuru never actually had that talent. It was still able to accomplish what he did. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think
there's a subtlety there, right?
Yeah.
Either way, let's look into it a little bit more. I'm Kamukura Izuru? Ooh, we got ourselves a non-stop debate? Huh. Okay.
List of subjects, maybe.
Maybe?
I'm wondering if...
Maybe? I don't know. Let's find out.
Yeah.
It might be the Academy's founder. Okay, it sounds ultimate hope. Oh, we have Togami in on it too.
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe. Yeah, then his name has to be fake. His memories too. I mean, it's possible the memories, maybe with the Neo World program, was initially used to replace his memories?
I don't know, hold on, I'm paying attention to what they're saying.
Could be created hope? Yeah. Wait, what do you mean by created hope?
Like, they like
artificial? Like,
yeah, artificial.
Like maybe the Neo World program. What do you think?
For what?
The Neo World program, like, gives people hope.
Oh, so he is like part of that?
Do you think they undid his memories and everything, going all the way back to like potentially his birth and rebuilt him as a different person or something like that?
Honestly, wouldn't be that surprised.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Then the current me and Kamukura Izuru are... What did Host Academy do to me? What do you think?
Okay, let's look at the
list of subjects.
Let's look at the truth bullets.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. But let's see here. Everyone's names are.
Oh no, he's there.
He's there.
What else?
Is there anything else?
Okay, I don't think that's it.
Yeah.
So. What about the Academy's founder?
Placard on the portrait hanging in the office said, "Hope Speak Academy founder Kamukura Izuru."
No.
As a side note, do you think it's possible that they transferred Kamukura Izuru's like personality into Hinata?
And that's why they're saying that he's Kamukura Izuru?
Yeah.
I think it's what you said first,
initially,
where they just redid his entire memories.
It's possible.
Yeah.
If he was like, if he had transferred or like swung so hard to Ultimate Despair, like.
Yeah. And now it was like trying to get him back into hope because he's such a powerful person.
Right. I don't know. I don't remember everything that was. This isn't it, I don't think. Right?
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Future Foundation's origins.
I think Tragedy of Hope's Peak was one of them.
The Ultimate Hope. Kamukura was later involved in an incident in which he brutally murdered 13 members of students. Despite the Academy's efforts to conceal this incident, certain someone took advantage of the incident to provoke the dissatisfied reserve department students into rising against the Academy.
It could be this?
Could be? I mean, I think that's just relevant. Not really like...
I'm just wondering if the certain someone was Hinata. But then he wouldn't be Kamukura.
Yeah, no, I feel like that certain someone's supposed to be Enoshima.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, who kind of like took the momentum of this and took it really far.
Oh, okay. What about the tragedy?
Hope's event was caused by a group known as Ultimate Despair, which was responsible for completely destroying Hope's Peak. Through their utter devotion to a certain person, they brainwashed the masses and filled countless people with despair. Let's see, the killing school life. It's part of the tragedy, and Enoshima forces students. Yeah. What do you think? I want to see what the rest of the bullets are real quick, just for the time being. Remnants of Despair.
And the Hope Cultivation Plan.
Oh, is that one of them?
Yeah.
Hope Cultivation Plan. I think that might be it. I think like Naigi's like created hope.
Oh, I
thing
see.
is going to be that.
Because it's just Kazuria's statement and Naigi's statement that can interact.
Oh,
I think.
you know what? Actually, give me 1 second to do something, guys.
What?
Sorry that this has to happen, but I'm going to put my computer in what I like to call power mode. Okay, we're back. Sorry if that was kind of laggy up until this point, but yeah, my computer's all plugged in. I've got my power settings activated, so computer should be running as optimally as I think I can make it for the time being. So,
I think it's the Hope. Do you want to double check what the Hope Cultivation Plan description is?
yeah, that's probably not, that couldn't hurt, right?
Yeah.
Hope Cultivation Plan. For many years, Hope Speed Academy attempted to create true hope by consolidating the results of all their research.
So I think this
Do you
could
think
be
this could be an early attempt or maybe something like that? I think it seems.
As in,
I
like,
think it's the most
he was the
reasonable
product
at the
of the-
moment.
As in, like, he was like the product of this like ultimate hope. That's what they call it.
Right,
ultimate
right.
Hope.
Hey, you weren't lying to us, right?
I don't want any last minute plot twists. Too late.
Oh,
Okay.
Also, just like game design standpoint,
Sweet.
it's so obvious from like a game design standpoint that that's the one you need to because they cover it with so many silences.
Yeah, I was noticing that.
Created hope? Are you talking about the Hope Cultivation Plan? Kibo Ikisei Keikaku. Hope Cultivation Plan? What is that? A while back I saw a file kept by the Future Foundation. For many years, Hope Speak Academy was researching a breakthrough plan to cultivate personal talent.
It's true, it was a breakthrough plan. After all, it was a plan to create the perfect genius. Create? For the longest time, the Hope Cultivation Plan was the earnest wish of Hope Speak Academy.
Sorry, that was by accident.
In fact, that's why the Academy was established. Part of the plan was researching the talents of Ultimates. Because the plan was so important, they adopted the name of the Academy's founder and called it the Izuru Kamukura Project.
Kamukura Izuru Project.
Just a little while ago, they were finally able to reach the experimental stage of that plan. From there, they set their sights on the reserve course dropouts to use them as lab rats.
Well, why did they use the reserve course as lab rats?
A plan to create talent artificially requires test subjects that are wholly lacking in talent. From that group of reserve course students, the one who was finally chosen was...
So they chose Kamukura Izuru, but like...
Or maybe they chose Hinata as Hinata Hajime and then turned him into
Kamukura Izuru?
Hinata, who stands before you now.
Why me?
Because you admired Hope's Peak Academy more than anybody else.
Huh?
You still don't get it? You were used by the Academy. They exploited your feelings of admiration toward Hope and talent just to use you as a lab rat.
What? I still don't really see the, like, multiple Kamukura Izuru personalities,
I think... Okay, so Kamukura Izuru is the founder, just him.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had a project that was named after the founder.
Mm-hmm.
So then they created a new Kamukura Izuru from Hinata.
Okay.
So Hinata was Hinata, boring normal Hinata, and then turned into Kamukura Izuru via this project.
Okay. Okay. During high school.
Yeah, I think.
And that's why his avatar now doesn't have any talent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's the most sensible.
Yeah.
The lies? That's definitely a lie.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Yeah. And after many surprises, Hinata Hajime was transformed into Izuru 1.0.
Did you say transformed?
What did they do to him?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they used the Neo World program before. If they consider it in its experimental stage now,
yeah,
they must have used it maybe kind of like under the table beforehand.
Or
how else could they do that?
I wonder
right?
if the Hope Cultivation Plan is different from the Neo World program.
Or do you think the Neo World program is a subset of the Hope Cultivation program?
That's probably
right.
That's probably it. Unless you're willing to go to extremes, it's impossible to change a normal person into a perfect genius.
And then did they just like rename him? Like
I think so. I mean, like, I don't think you could really say like he is Kamukura Izuru.
Yeah.
Because
I feel like that's what's been like so deceiving up until now.
Yeah, because it's like he is still Hinata Hajime, but he has like now taken on this.
But he's like
turned into this like.
Yeah.
Hinata with powers.
I don't like that. I feel like that's a little bit kind of like
misleading.
Not misleading in a good way though.
And you know like a kind of like an advertising kind of way. Do you see what?
Yeah.
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 Like, that, like, oh my god, plot twist, but it's not like. This.
Yeah, I don't.
It's not like.
I don't feel very good about that. Like misleading. I don't feel like it's a very substantial. It feels like it's not something reasonable to do, like to call him Kamukura Izuru, like in the game's universe, regardless. And so it looks like it's just kind of implanted in the game sequence to hide the fact that this Kamukura Izuru is really someone else turned into something called Kamukura Izuru.
Yeah, because like if they were to do this with another course students, like would they just be Kamukura Izuru 2.0?
Yeah, and there's no indication that that would be the case.
Yeah.
And it's always built up to be like this second person because they refer to it strictly as like Kamukura Izuru.
Yeah.
Right, so.
But I mean, I guess like. Yeah.
It's like, would it make sense to take someone and then put them through this program and then call them Kamukura Izuru? And like, think about it in Hinata's like high school experience. Would they just like suddenly start calling him Kamukura Izuru?
Oh yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah.
It doesn't really sit well with me that that's what the in-game characters in like their own volition would actually do in this part of a program. And it feels very much like it was strictly put in there to deceive and prevent the players from making that connection.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
I understand intentionally throwing red herrings maybe, or something like that. But they usually have to make sense within like in-game universe too. So it's a little complaint. Still really cool twist though. Still really cool.
Yeah. Because especially because we like the main like Kamukura Izuru as the founder isn't like that important. It's Kamukura Izuru as the murderer of the 13th, 16th students.
Right.
And like that's Hinata.
Yeah.
Which
and
is crazy.
Which is crazy. Yeah. So a lot of like tying back into the like these elements that seem to be like branching out are kind of like tying back and reconnecting with each other.
Like how are they all related to each other?
Yeah. So regardless.
So naturally, they went to extremes.
Nice.
I don't know, I felt like doing that.
Surgery.
Oh my gosh. The wannabe neurosurgeon is coming out.
Well, also, this is English. It's just like very obscured English.
The war comes into this.
It looks like South Korean economy.
Escalating tensions between.
Right?
Whoa.
The warning comes. It's like the warning comes.
And to this.
Something to the South Korean economy, escalating tensions between.
Lol. But directly interfering with his brain, the Hope's Academy transformed Hinata Hajime.
The government
have been buying homes, cars, and something. Cherry
This is
blossoms?
so funny. This has
No.
nothing to do with surgery.
I know.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, and then it says buy something.
Oh yeah, escalating tensions between the United States and North Korea. The Northern Monday and
maybe?
South Korean markets by test.
Oh
Man,
my
I was actually
gosh.
hoping it would be
This
like
is actually really
out of a
funny.
textbook. I
This
don't
is
know.
really funny. I love that they included this.
Yeah.
This is really funny, actually.
平田君を羽生倉いずるという才能のみに特化した別人に作り変えたの。
Into a completely different person whose specialty is talent itself, known as Kamukura Izuru.
So like his talent was like
Talent.
being talented.
I guess. That's kind of a weird talent. It's like a meta talent.
Yeah, that's a very meta talent.
その後、羽生倉は私によって超高校級の絶望になっちゃったわけだけど。
Eventually, Kamukura became an ultimate despair thanks to me.
でも、私が羽生倉にやったのって、所詮は精神への干渉程度だからさ。
But all I did was Kamukura was simply break his
希
spirit.
望が峰学園がやったこととは格が違うっつうか、ステージが違うっつうか。
That's nothing compared to what Hope's Academy did to him. Not even close.
研究者の執念ってやつは恐ろしいよね。人の脳をそんな風にいじくっちゃうなんてさ。
Seriously, it's scary how determined the researchers were to mess with the human brain that much. I think it's interesting now, considering in light of the conversation that we just had about whether or not he actually is like a new person as Kamukura Izuru, and then that then extends to a larger conversation, about like what makes a person, or like what makes you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's
because
true.
like you could argue like he is a different person now because his brain is totally rewired.
As a side note, I wonder. I still am not like 100% like with how this would integrate through his whole like high school experience.
Yeah.
So like
yeah.
if he is constantly changing, if he undergoes a surgery and just is super talented amongst the reserve corps students,
like what
like
happens? Does
what,
he just,
what
like,
happens and how
does
is it kept such a secret?
Yeah, I mean, like, do they change his outer appearance too, and then have him
Right.
as like a transfer student into the?
Something
I feel like that's the only
it would
thing I
have to
think
be
of.
something like that,
Yeah.
right? Because like otherwise everyone else in the class would know that something's going on.
Yeah, they'd be like, what? Why is this like? Why did Hinata like turn into this? Why do we have to call him something different?
Right.
Unless, yeah. The only thing I could think of is that they'd have to change his outer appearance, which, considering apparently what they did to him,
If
it's
they
not that
changed
surprising.
like his outer appearance, if they like all
And
the
then, like,
talents are
leave them,
different,
change
his
his
entire
name.
personality potentially.
Yeah, and
like,
then have him.
Then I think
move
it's
to
somewhat
the
sensible to
challenge.
refer to him as a different student.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And if they come up with a reasonable explanation for Hinata disappearing from the reserve course.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Which I don't think would be that hard.
Yeah. Yeah. I
You
think
could just
it's
be like,
doable.
oh, they transferred out, or something like that. They moved. I don't know. And then like they could be like, oh, this new person transferred in.
Yeah. I'm thinking about like the Monokuma files or the Kibogamine Academy files that list Hinata as a reserve corps student. Are those from like initial like admission?
It must have
right?
been. Yeah, it had to be.
Yeah. And then they give no indication that like he didn't
Yeah.
finish, right?
Yeah. Or that there was like a
Or
new
he didn't
person that
finish
was
as a reserve
transferred.
corps
Yeah.
student, right? So, interesting.
こんな誰にもできない非人道的な行為を平然とやってのけるなんて。
Doing such inhumane acts that nobody else is capable of with such a calm mind and a steady hand.
ここにしびれて憧れちゃう。
I admire it so much, it makes my mind numb.
ちなみに頭を触っても傷口なんて残ってないよ。今のあんたはただのアバターだからさ。
By the way, you're just a simple avatar right now, so even if you touch your head, you won't feel the scar.
本当に彼らはそんなことを。
Did they really do something like that?
でも逆に考えりゃ日向はここから出たら超天才になってんだよな
But if you think about it, if Hinata gets out of here, he's gonna be a super genius, right?
だから日向くんじゃなくて才能のみに特化した別人なんだって。
Like I said, he's not Hinata. He's a completely different person whose specialty is talent itself.
Different person? How is he different? I hope this is what they... Or I hope they're now addressing what I was concerned with earlier.
Yeah. Whoa. All of his senses, emotions, thoughts, and hobbies that interfere with acquiring talent have been excised.
Huh?
All of his memories of the past have been forcefully suppressed into the dark recesses of his mind.
Okay. So he's pretty clearly a different person.
Yeah.
So he's pretty... Okay, I'm glad Danganronpa addressed this.
Yeah.
For all of you guys that were already writing the comments, like, in response to what I was, like, ranting
about
earlier.
We get it now.
It's all good. Huh? Ironically, though, I think it's kind of silly that they would remove all of his emotions, thoughts, and hobbies, because to acquire talent, you can literally acquire talent in everything.
Yeah.
Would you not need emotions to be, like, the ultimate, like, therapist?
Yeah.
Would you not need hobbies to be the ultimate, like, basketball player, right? Would you not need thoughts to be the ultimate...
Like, philosopher, I don't know.
Yeah, philosopher, something like that, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a bit of a stretch, but...
I think they removed all of his, like, normal ones. So all that was left was just talent. But, like, it wasn't... Gotcha. None of Hinata's stuff was left.
Yeah, I mean, that's the point they're making, but I just wanted to throw that out.
Emotions, thoughts, hobbies. He doesn't even have a memory? It sounds like he is a completely different person.
Sounds like hardly a person.
Yeah. So that's why it's so surprising that Hinata even exists here at all, even if he's just an avatar. The Neo World's program must have dug up those memories and rebuilt his old personality from data from the past.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. I cannot help but feel impressed that the Neo World's program was able to accomplish such a feat. But as for Hinata, he probably would have been better off if he stayed erased.
Then, when Hinata returns to his original state after the shutdown...
he'll disappear.
So, like, Hinata
will disappear.
Right.
And Kamukura will be back.
So this just adds more stakes to the graduation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because if he graduates, he basically returns to his actual self.
Yeah.
Disappear. This is happening like every other episode now.
All that will remain is Kamukura Izuru, an entirely different personality created by Hope's Peak Academy. He will no longer be Hinata Hajime.
Disappear? I'm going to disappear. Disappear? Disappear. They didn't even finish the 360. What? What? This is Komaida in the corner.
Yeah, this is in the ship, remember?
Yeah. That's Hinata!
As Kamukura Izuru.
Yeah.
Damn.
Whoa.
His hair, though.
I know.
He kind of reminds me of Ogami.
I know, the hair reminds me very much of Ogami.
Not the personality, though.
Yeah, no kidding. Let's take this in for a moment. So now, if we rethink of Hinata as this like super talented, why would he have such an attitude that's like so indifferent to like just regular talent? Maybe.
Well, remember that.
But he was also like disdaining or like condescending with regards to their like idolization of Enoshima, right?
Oh, I don't remember the entire conversation that he had with Komaida.
Yeah, because I remember Komaida talking about digging up the body and the arm and everything, and he was like, "Oh, you're so like pitifully boring and such." And so why would he have such feelings with regards to Enoshima after having already been converted to an ultimate despair?
Yeah. Or maybe because she said that she was like, all I did was break his spirit. Mm-hmm. So maybe it wasn't so much that he was obsessed with her like the other ultimate despairs, but she like broke him, and that's why he's the way he is.
Gotcha. Yeah, I would think that's a bit more sensible. Oh man.
That's freaky.
But no matter what happens, it's of no concern to me. I will not be able to participate in what lies ahead. Really? I don't really understand, but I guess we have to part ways for a while. That's disappointing. We seem to get along pretty well. Hey, can I see you again? There is no reason to meet again. After all, you are boring. Your talent, your thoughts, your entire existence is boring to me. You really don't play along, do you?
Oh my god.
Huh?
That was creepy.
Huh? Whoa.
Whoa. Hinata, no! I feel so bad. Hinata?
The other memories are coming back.
Yeah.
Was that me? No, that's not me.
That's who you are. That's who Kamukura Izuru is. You're the one who brought me into this world. You're Kamukura Izuru, the mastermind behind all of this. So he was the one who infected it with
Oh, you know what? That explains... So he was totally aware that all of this is going to happen because he said, I'm not going to be able to participate in this. And, like, you won't be able to see me again. Because he's not going to see Kamukura Izuru. He's going to see Hinata Hajime.
Yeah.
That's why it makes sense that he would say something like that.
Because I remember originally we were thinking that he was just, like, hiding on the island.
Right.
Yeah. But,
yeah.
Freaky.
Whoa.
Huh?
And now we finally know who, like, actually...
is, like, the big mastermind.
Who, like, plugged in the USB for
Enoshima,
Enoshima, you know?
pretty much.
Could it be the one who uploaded you into the Neo World program was... It's not me!
Just so you know, as long as your brain has been messed with, you can't undo it no matter how hard you try.
Is this mean to say that he can't upload his memories from this experience back to him?
It's like no matter what you're going to end up as.
And it makes sense that Kamukura Izuru would have that sort of a fail-safe.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh no.
Then...
just crack.
I...
Have no way to be saved, you say, but you already know what you must do.
I do? Oh man. So now this is... I feel like Hinata, having developed into a very different person from Kamukura Izuru, is now... And his influence on everyone in the graduation program and stuff is basically going to revolt against Kamukura Izuru. And maybe have them not graduate and have them be stuck in this, like, recycling or this
Maybe.
repeating
I think
cycle.
what she's trying to do is convince him not to do the shutdown sequence.
Yeah. But if they do the shutdown sequence... Yeah, that's like... If they commit to infinitely repeating this cycle or doing the shutdown sequence, they basically kill everyone in here.
No, they would, why would they kill everyone?
Because all the data gets deleted.
Oh, yeah, they would just go back to when they were Ultimate Despairs.
Yeah, so like, I'm also now like basically considering these people like vastly different from like their real life.
Agreed, yeah.
And so, to commence the shutdown sequence would be to bring back all of the Ultimate Despairs.
Lose all their memories from this whole thing.
Yeah. In addition to going back to being Kamukura Izuru.
Yeah.
Like the mastermind behind it all.
Yeah. Or you graduate. I think if graduating, then I think Hinata would stay Hinata in Kamukura's body.
No, I think that's what they're indicating now. That no matter what, Kamukura Izuru
will stay Kamukura Izuru.
As long as something goes back to Kamukura Izuru, it's still gonna be Kamukura Izuru. Whether it's Hinata's memories from here or like the originals.
Okay.
But
then I thought that Junko's motivation would be to try and convince people to
graduate.
So that she could get uploaded. So she's not really doing a good job of convincing Hinata.
Yeah.
That's why
no,
I
because
think that maybe if he picks graduate, it would be like, oh, you could go back and be Hinata.
I think maybe what she's trying to do is really get him to crack into despair again.
Yeah. Oh, so maybe regardless.
Yeah, so that rather than, if you assume that he's like aligning with hope, obviously the better decision is to have the remnants of despair rather than all of the remnants of despair filled with Inoshima's personality.
Yeah. Although I thought it was gonna be like that like let's say like Owari would be Owari from the game in her old body. But then like all of the people who died would be back as a Enoshima.
Oh yeah, you're right. I misremembered that.
Yeah. So I feel like Juko should be vying to try and convince people to graduate.
Yeah, because then you'd end up with essentially 10 Enoshimas and 5 not remnants of despair.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
like Enoshima's way worse.
That's worse than 5 remnants of despair.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus Kamukura Izuru, which is going to be there no matter what.
Yeah. Or what I was thinking is maybe what she's trying to say is don't think that when you go back, if you do the shutdown sequence and you go back as Kamukura Izuru, that you can change back to Hinata just through like a reverse surgery or like.
Oh, I thought it was implying more so that like
you couldn't be uploaded.
Even these memories won't change your brain circuitry and such in the present,
Oh.
and so you can't be like you won't be converted. You will always be Kamukura Izuru, no matter what decision here.
Okay, I thought it was that. Even if you did the shutdown sequence and you went back as Kamukura Izuru, don't think that you have a hope to go back to Hinata, because you don't.
Mm-hmm.
But
okay.
Regardless,
I feel like it's putting Hinata in in a despairful situation where he's like, I'm dead no matter what.
Yeah.
Like the Hinata that is thinking right now is not going to be making it back to real life.
Yes.
And so then he has to think, oh, well then like, what? And then he potentially cracks. And I think that's what Enoshima is aiming for right now. And hoping that like, in that cracking, in that submitting to despair, he'll then choose to side with Enoshima.
Yeah, and then...
Or something like that.
Because they need all of them to do the
Or this will serve as some sort of fission between him and the rest of the crew. Right? He's going to get jealous and be like, well, you guys actually have a chance to go back, so of course you're going to want to do that. But like, what about me? Right? Something like that.
Yeah, and then he might be like, well, screw all of you, I'm not going to do the shutdown sequence. And they need him to do the shutdown sequence.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's Enoshima's like main goal right now. And it's probably working based on how he looks right now, based on his face. But we're going to see if it actually works or not in the next episode. Man, I like this episode a lot.
Yeah, me too. There's a lot more discussion, a lot more like thinking.
I needed this episode after the past couple ones.
Yeah.
There's a lot of thought, a lot of speculation, a lot of cool twists that weren't just simply explained. And it was fun to speculate. It was fun to try and filter it out ourselves a bit too, because it felt like we had the tools to work with.
Yeah.
And
figure out what was going on.
Danganronpa covered itself with regards to like the couple of like, but what about this moments. So good stuff on Danganronpa for that. And I hope you guys are excited for the next episode. But until then, this has been the Night Zero.
And Lizzie.
And this mission is complete.